This video contains some strong language and is not suitable for younger viewers. If you have a youngster around you when if you're watching this video, please stop this video at once and watch something else, okay? You have been warned. Parental discretion is advised because this is an Ultra-Rant and review. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, what just happened there? Well, I'll tell you. For many years, a lot of us growing up really loved the Smurfs. They had some movies, and well, a lot of people weren't too thrilled with even the films that Sony put out, except for one. But now, more recently, Paramount put one out this past summer, and I'm going to prove to you this is not as Smurfy as you think it is. Find out as I give you an ultra rant and spoiler free review of Smurfs, which is now on physical media and streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I give you a spoiler-free review along with an ultra rant of the 2025 live-action animated musical fantasy comedy flick Smurfs, released by Paramount, along with well, Paramount Animation, which that's who did this. Directed by Chris Miller and written by Pam Brady. It features an all-star cast. It was released on July 18th of this year, almost a month after it made its premiere in Brussels. And well, this film really got dissed and what have you even more than even this, well, one of the Sony flicks and what have you. Anyway, let's get into this to what I'll give to you. Years ago, the Intergalactic Evil Wizard Alliance, led by Razamel, brother of Gargamel, the Smurfs' actual nemesis, attempted to use 4 magic books to rule the world with evil and destroyed all the goodness in the universe. However, Papa Smurf rescues one of the books, Jaunty, and hides her in Smurf Village. In the present, an unnamed Smurf dubbed No Name Smurf is new to Smurf Village. While wandering through a forest, he seemingly gains magic powers by wishing for them. At Smurf Village, No Name shows off his supposed powers to Papa, causing Razamel to detect Smurf Village and have his henchman Joel send a portal to capture Papa. No Name, along with Smurfette, Vanity, Hefty, Worry, Brainy, Grouchy, and Turtle's self-defined Ken, Papa's brother, heading to Paris in Earth to do so. They soon meet a group called the International Neighborhood Watch Smurfs, led by Ken star Moxie, and lead them to their base hidden inside of a disco ball where they meet Ken, who helps to agree with them. Well, they even meet another group of creatures, the Snooter Poots. What in the better not just yet anyway. But they do what they can to stop him, try to stop the wizard and what have you. But that's all the story I'm going to give to you. If you are wanting to know the rest, you can watch this, but don't say I didn't warn you with. Now, upon this film's release, the spike in this, it kind of was a slight, well, okay successful. It may not have been, maybe not 110% successful. I think this was kind of a slight underperformance. It did much better overseas, making 89 million than the 31 million, which is considered a major failure in the US. It made 120 million worldwide on its $58 million budget, but its reviews are absolutely terrible. The film sits at 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is, from what I'm seeing, 1% off from Sony's first Smurfs film. According to them, they say antic and zany without being particularly fun. This incarnation of Smurfs just isn't the Smurfest tool in the shed. And I couldn't agree more. Metacritic has a score of 31, and audiences polled by Cinema Score gave this a B plus. Taylor Williams of Slate magazine wasn't thrilled, saying its pastiche Into the Spider-Verse is revealed to be nothing more than window dressing. I couldn't agree more. IGN was a little light on and say it's a movie designed to keep 4-year-olds occupied and adults passively entertained. Though says it doesn't have much to offer beyond its dream of conscious inventiveness. Well, Neil Mill wrote for RogerEbert.com saying that it had plenty to satisfy the longtime fans, and praised Pam Bray's writing for deftly balancing heart, humor, and action. I'm thinking, yeah, sure I did. And concluded by saying that the message about never confusing kindness with weakness is a valuable life lesson and a reminder of why the Smurfs are so enduringly beloved. Oh, well, I do love the Smurfs in ways. I mean, I watched them a little bit, but then I got to watch them more growing up. But this one, oh, the New York Post definitely wasn't thrilled, as Johnny Oleksinski said that he smurfing loaded it and criticized one performance for having all the energy of an automatic voicemail message and that it was especially lifeless. And he also called the Snurpoots an annoying new species and called the tunes lame and out of place. Some of those were not, some of the tunes were not really great. But anyway, many critics felt the film was made to capitalize on the Smurfs' intellectual property and described it as tedious and boring. Several reviews also unfavorably compared the film to Trolls, the original from 2016, which, believe me, I'd rather watch that. Believe me, to some of my, to one person who doesn't, I know of, who doesn't really care much for Trolls, if some of y'all don't care much for Trolls, I understand. But I loved that film. But I loved its sequels a little more. But I was not impressed with this film. I am never ever watching this again. They have Henry Jackman on board to do the score, who also had recently composed music for Kong Skull Island, X-Men First Class, Puss in Boots, which was actually directed by the which was done by the same director of that film. Yes, you heard me correctly. This was directed by Chris Miller, who directed Puss in Boots and Shrek the Third. But anyway, now of course, I am gonna say Pam Brady tries her extreme best, and I appreciate what she was trying to do with the story, which I'm saying is okay, but it's not that great. This film feels like it's ripped off not just into the Spider-Verse, but also Sony's second Smurfs film, which I'd say, even despite it got a ton of hate and what have you. Well, I'm gonna get to Ultra-Rant in just a moment, okay? In just a bit, okay? Yeah, but it just wasn't great. Now, another big now some negatives. I will say I was not at all thrilled with some of the how this turned out. I was not thrilled with the Snurpoots either. They were fucking annoying. Come on, there are much more different careers out there that could be less annoying than those. Come on. I really don't feel too thrilled with that. Now, of course, there's numerous musical tunes on there, but not many of them are that great and what have you. Now, another thing is, I wasn't too thrilled with the introductions of some new characters like Ken, Papa Smurf's brother. Looks like Papa with much more, with different colored, with a brown beard. What the fuck? Come on, you guys. I was not thrilled with that. Papa had another brother who looked like a but I did like the voiceover for that. I'll get to that in a little bit as well. And I really don't know why the hell they even tried with giving us some brother the Gargamel in form of Razamel. Come on, get some fucking brains, people. Believe me, there are many other villains in the Smurfs world you could have used. At least I'm pretty sure it was. Oh, well, duh. Of course there was. If you probably read some of the comics that were done back in Belgium a long time ago, created by Peyo, that you would have known, or watched the great cartoon series we got from Hanna Barbera back in the '80s. You would have gotten it through your heads in no time, and then this way we would have gotten a different villain to go alongside Gargamel, and of course, well, at least they've got his cat Azrael. But anyway, the film had a big all star cast. I mean, we had a lot of well well known Smurfs aside from Papa. I mean, who was voiced by John Goodman. I think he was the only one of the good voice actors in the film and what have you. Um, yeah, but we did have other characters we knew from the actual cartoons and comics like Vanity Smurf, Brainy Smurf, we had Clumsy Smurf and Grouchy Smurf, and of course Smurfette. Which, by the way, that actually comes to my biggest negative. What the fuck were they even thinking of bringing Rihanna in? Come on, get through your heads, people. I mean, and why the hell are they even putting name up there? That's not right. No way. And listen, Sony had their chance. They had Katy Perry voice Smurf in the two live action films, and then they had the wonderful Demi Lovato voicing her in Smurfs: Lost Village. What the fuck were they thinking of bringing in? Well, I'm not saying anything else. I'm not going to say anything that will cause controversy or anything like that. I have nothing against Rihanna. No, 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 ma'am. Certainly not. But voicing Smurfette, come on, you could have done better than that. You could have. There are many other actresses out there, maybe not just singers. There would have been a wonderful actress out there that would have had the guts and glory to even voice her. Another thing here's another complaint I've got. What the fuck is with the color of Smurfette's hair? It's not even close to the color. It's like, I don't know, kind of like a whitish blonde, not the yellowish blonde like we know from the cartoons and the comics. Are crying out loud. I was not impressed. This is the worst we had gotten for a voice of Smurfette. James Corden voices the no-name Smurf. He's alright. Nick Offerman is Ken. Well, I don't like the character. The voice is alright. J.P. Carliak as Gargamel and Razamel. Again, I was not impressed with a brother to Gargamel. Uh, Dan Levy voices Joel. Kind of odd. Amy Sedaris voices Jaunty, the book. Natasha Lyonne voicing Mama Poot. Again, don't like the sneer Poot. Sandra Oh voices Ken's daughter, Moxie Smurf. Yeah, it's fine. Jimmy Kimmel voices the character Tardigrade. He had recently voiced passive aggressive Smurf in the Smurfs 2. We have Octavia Spencer as Asmodeus, an intergalactic evil wizard. And, well, Tardigrade. Yeah, that was just a different character. Nick Kroll voices Chernabog, another evil intergalactic wizard, and Jezebel, another one, was voiced by Hannah Waddingham. Alex Winter, you know of the Bill and Ted films. He voiced Hefty. He was fine. Maya Erskine voiced Vanity, while Rylan Clark voiced him in the UK version of the film. Kurt Russell voices Ron, Ken Papa's brother. I think that was the only character. Well, even though I wasn't impressed with Ken, I will say, even though we only see Ron for just a little bit, he's okay. Let's see, Zolo Maraduena, who you know from Cobra Kai, and he was also in Blue Beetle. He voiced this brainy Smurf. Yeah, not bad. Hugo Miller voiced Clumsy. The director himself, Chris Miller, voiced Grouchy Smurf, while John Richardson voiced him in the UK version. But everything else, yeah. I am just gonna say this that this Smurfs film is mega crap. 3 times mega crap. I don't like most of the voices, especially Rihanna. You could have gotten a much better voice actress for Smurfette. You didn't get the hair color right, which I was rather disappointed with. The story and not great. Some of the stuff I've seen feels like it was ripped off from Smurfs 2 and the Into the Spider-Verse film. Uh, Not even the music can or the score by Henry Jackman could save this garbage. Here's my word: stay the fuck away from this. From my score, you will have to forgive me for using my knife finger. I am giving Smurfs 2025 as I do this. What? 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 Mm. And please don't. I hope that almost did sound like The Price is Right losing awards, but it didn't. But I kind of did it differently because I didn't want to try and get in any trouble with Fremantle. Okay, that means I gave it a half a star, the lowest grade I have ever given a new film without failure. This surpasses The Mousetrap as and also another 2020, another film from last year, but I didn't see until this year, The Only Child, which I gave only 1 star to. That's the worst grade I've ever given. So a word to the wise: stick with the Hanna-Barbera series, or watch the wonderful Nickelodeon Smurfs. That might be better. Or if you really want a Smurfs movie, watch Smurfs and the Magic Flute. I know they're not in there much though, but that would be a much better fling. I also know Gargamel. There's no Smurfette or anything. Or heck, watch the wonderful Sony Smurfs films. You'd have a much better time with those. Okay? Just don't watch this new Smurfs film. It is, again, mega crap 3 times. So I'm not going to get much more my ultra ranting and what have you. I've had enough of doing that. So don't watch this movie. I think, and I'm never watching Smurfs movie. This is the worst Smurfs film of them all. This is the worst animated film I've seen. I think I'd rather watch the Emoji Movie over this. So, what did you think? So, tell me what you thought about the Smurfs film from this past year. Did you hate this film, or did you go against Wise and like it? I don't care what you say. Please leave it for me in the comment section below. And if you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. And join me next time when I bring to you a solo re-review of Charlie's Angels from 2000. So if you like this, check out my reviews for the Sony Smurfs films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Smurfs from 2011. The upper right-hand corner is my review of The Smurfs 2 from 2013. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Smurfs The Lost Village from 2017. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.